Do you guys remember older sci-fi films back in the day before everything was made with CGI, and you would see the spaceships and just how amazing they were? Like movies like Blade Runner, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Star Trek, Star Wars, and wondered like, how did they shoot that? Well, the answer is obviously with models. So guys, models have been used for a long time, basically since the beginning of cinema to create cool special effects. There's all different kinds of processes you can do. I'm sure you've seen in Star Wars where they'll use a big blue screen and they'll use massive models with big motion control rigs, or even more modern stuff, virtual production becoming more and more prevalent. People are using smaller models and they're not shooting against a blue screen, they're just putting the screen in. And it's a really great way to get an incredible, authentic look. I don't know if you guys remember The Dark Knight Rises, the scene where they've got the Batmobile and the trash truck and they're driving underground. All that stuff was done, huh?
Not The Dark Knight Rises, The Dark Knight.
It's just The Dark Knight?
Yeah, it's in that one.
Okay, so TJ says it's just The Dark Knight. Okay. A lot of that stuff was shot just using models, and you would never know. It's a really authentic look, and you can tell the difference immediately compared to CGI. We're gonna show you today kind of a hybrid way of getting that look. We're not using Unreal Engine, we just have a really cool like Blade Runner themed background, and we have a Blade Runner spinner model that we're using, and we've put it on the end of the robot to show you how you can get that kind of model effect yourself using one of our systems. So guys, let me just show you kind of like the setup that we've got going right now. So we've got a red camera. We don't have the camera on the robot. We've just got sitting on our super high quality, extremely fancy, very appropriate tripod for this camera. Anyways, we've got that, but we're running the fizz through the robot just like we normally would. Over here, we've got our spinner. You can see attached. We've just got like a little green stick here, so it's an easy thing to mat out. We've got that on the end of the robot. Up here, we've got an overhead soft where we can control the color, and we've got it double diffused, and we've got egg crate on it to keep the spill from like getting on the screen. And then the television is just a big TV. And then we're gonna bring in some tube lights too to get some of the underside. We're still setting up, we're getting some programming done. Right now we're finding the right place in the time code for our video. We're finding the right distance from the screen to our model, getting all the positioning set up, so we're close. We've got some atmosphere here. We've actually found that for this scene, just the spray can atmosphere works really well, so we're excited to see it come together. All right, stay tuned. Okay guys, we think we have all of our pieces. We did a bunch of different passes to give us the best option in post. TJ's gonna work his magic on it. We did a pass just with the screen. We did a pass just with the model. We did model on green. We did a VFX plate with the atmosphere. So I think we have all the pieces. What'd you think? How do you think it looks?
I think it looks great, man.
I
can't wait to see the VFX added.
Yeah, I think that's the key. I think that once TJ puts the tail lights and some of the headlights on and stuff like that, I think it's gonna sell. We're gonna send you off to TJ where he's gonna do like a VFX breakdown, and then we'll see you after that.
So I ended up using the green screen plate. I used the roto brush to cut out the car because that gave me the cleanest results. So once I isolated the car, I then used Moco to track the headlight and then the tail light. And then I made stroke masks that were just plain white against a black background because I was gonna add the color and the glow later in DaVinci. And then the background was just the clean plate that we shot on the day. So once I layered everything in a timeline, I then combined it all into a fusion composition where I then used the nodes to add all the effects. At this point, I felt like the shot didn't have enough movement, so I then added a subtle camera shake node to give the feeling that this camera is literally flying through this environment. But all in all, that's the shot. I think it turned out pretty well. I'm pretty proud of it. It's a really good, low budget, indie style way to do virtual production. And it's combining new techniques with old techniques. Best of both worlds, you get really good shots out of it. So back to Chauncey.
All right, guys, that's our shot. Hopefully it looks amazing. I'm actually recording this before the shot's done, so hopefully it turned out all right, and we hope you guys liked it. And if you did, be sure to give us a like and a follow, and drop a comment down below and let us know what you think, what you could do differently, how we could improve, anything like that. We would love to hear from you. Also, check out Science Fiction Ambience. His Blade Runner ambient videos are absolutely insane. Go to YouTube, give him a follow. All right, thanks for watching, guys.